Hello everybody, this is Carmen Tucker back at it again with another Escape in the Wilderness video where we have faith in God during our wilderness season. And I pray that everyone's week has been great so far, going great so far, and we're almost towards the finish line, y'all. We're almost there towards the weekend. And I know a lot of y'all's waiting for that weekend. You girls waiting for that weekend too. But I know at the end of the day, like, I gotta also cherish the times, just even during this week until the weekend. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get right into this message that I have for y'all, and this was definitely a message for me too. So the message is going to be called Time to Move On. Time to move on. The scripture that I have comes from Exodus chapter 14 verse 13 through 15. And it says, Moses answered the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring to you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. Need only to be still." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move." And when I dug just a little bit deeper on about pretty much what this was talking about, it's pretty much talking about how Moses is this person who is, of course, being led by God to help the people of Israel. He's pretty much encouraging the people of Israel to move and get out of Egypt. And he's telling them to stand firm, do not be afraid. Despite of what, how you may feel, there may be some fear there. There may be some uncertainties about, them moving from Egypt and whatnot. But it was really for their good, because they were in Egypt, dealing with bondage and whatnot. They were just pretty much trapped there, and they really felt that where they were already was better than anything else, when really it wasn't. They were really suffering and didn't even realize it. So the question is, how do you know when it is time to move on? And I know everyone's different, including myself, and there's a lot of ways that you will know where you feel like you just need to move around. You need to move on from where you're at currently. One example can be where you're at currently, you just may not be feeling like you're being fulfilled. Whether that be a job or any current situation that you're in, your business, you may not see it thriving the way you want it to, So that's one. You have this feeling of not being fulfilled in where you're at. Another reason, an example, can be your environment. Is the environment just toxic? Are you around people that's, bring a bunch of drama around you in your space, always gossiping, I feel like this is the most important too. They're not helping you and pushing you and bettering you, especially getting closer to God. If you're looking at getting closer to God, you need to look at the people that you are around you. Like, how are they benefiting you in your life in a positive way? That's another thing. Look at the people in your environment. And I feel like this is the biggest thing too. And I'm gonna make this my last example. A way to know if it's that time for you to move on, if things just start getting out of control. I mean, you getting hit left and right for no reason. And it can be a lot of times it's like, why am I dealing with this? And what did I do? you know, I can tell you like a lot of times it's like I've been placed in positions. I placed myself in positions to where, over time, I can say I probably overstayed my welcome in certain situations that, or places that I should have left a long time ago. But instead, I just felt like, oh, I'm just going to stay here for X amount of years, build up this, that, and the third experience, and over time, I started feeling all three. I start feeling like, okay, I'm not being fulfilled. I'm not being challenged. I'm dealing with a lot of drama in my environment. I'm around people that are toxic. They're not bettering me. They're not challenging me. They're not pushing me, encouraging me. All of the above. And then next thing you know, later on down the road, things just start hitting the fan. And I'm like, okay, what's really going on? And that's when I come to realization, it's like God will literally, if you didn't get it the first 2 times, God is really going to have to push you on up out of there and make his presence known to you. Like, okay, if you're going to be stubborn, if you're going to ignore those signs I already threw out there to you to let you know, okay, you've done what you need to do here for me. I need for you to get on up and start moving on to the next thing. And don't get me wrong, like there's going to be instances where you're going to be afraid. I can completely relate to y'all. There have been times I did not want to move because I was afraid of, I was having these what ifs, what if this don't happen? What if I don't get this? Or I don't know where I'm really going, and then it's like a lot of times, as many times you can pray about it, like asking for that guidance, and it's just like, gotta have some action behind it. God is going to already, once you've already prayed about it, he's going to reveal to you what you're asking for. And once he has done it, then you gotta really go into action. You gotta step out on that faith and just go for it. Go for it without even thinking. You're not even gonna have time to think about it. Because it's gonna come to you just like that. But I'm telling you, it won't happen for you until you take that first step into just going with it. So I'm telling y'all, when it's time to move, don't wait until things get drastic. You're gonna get those signs. Everybody got their own way of receiving signs, and if you do end up missing it, I'm telling you, it's gonna probably get to a point where God is really going to get your attention with something out of the blue, outrageous. That's something that you did not expect. And that's probably the best thing to really get you to get up and get on up out of there. It's probably the best thing. Because I know a lot of us can be stubborn. We don't want to move. We want to stay because we're so used to being content and just settling. There's nothing wrong with being content where you're at. But when it gets to the point of you're settling and just feel like that's the only best thing for you, and you should know it's not. There's so much more out there, but it has to take for you to eventually get out of the mindset of, this is all that's for me. There's nothing better out there for me. This is all that I'm going to deal with. I'm comfortable here. I'm used to this. And if you're going to want more and better for yourself, you're going to have to get out the mindset and really get yourself up and go move on and leave behind what you already know, what you've been knowing, and learn to start developing new skills, learning new things, and meeting new people. That is just life. It's going to eventually happen. It's going to happen for a whole lot of us. That's even happening with me. And as much as I don't want to accept it, I'm going to have to accept it at the end of the day. Because it's like that. Certain things is just out of your control. It's out of your control. But there are some things that you can have in control of. So that is all I have for tonight. Oh, I really just love this message because this really because this has definitely been speaking to me. Like I said, it's been speaking to me. I really pray that whoever is watching this video, that you're able to receive something from this as well. But that is all I have for tonight. Again, I thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate the love and support that y'all provide and give. Don't forget to comment, like, share with others, and definitely subscribe if you haven't done so. And I will definitely be seeing y'all again next week. Okay? Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.